Tonight's story is different. It isn't just about heartbreak, it's about a choice. A single choice that reshaped everything I believed about love, loyalty, and family. It's the story of how the man I thought I would marry, Alex, chose my own mother over me. It began on a warm spring evening when I brought him home to meet my parents. I remember the fluttery excitement, the way I hoped my two worlds would blend perfectly. Alex was charming, kind, and made me feel like I was the only person in the room. My mom, Sarah, was thrilled to meet him. She had always been more like my best friend than my mother, vibrant, stylish, fun, and effortlessly magnetic. I believed introducing them would bring joy into my life. I had no idea it would destroy it. That first dinner was perfect. Almost too perfect. My dad loved Alex's jokes. My mom's laughter was a touch brighter than usual, and everything seemed effortless. But I noticed something else tiny. Fleeting glances between them. A spark. The way Alex's eyes lingered on her a second too long. The way her smile softened whenever he spoke. I told myself it was nothing. They were just getting along, right? That cold little seed of doubt settled quietly inside me that night, but I refused to acknowledge it. Love does that, it blinds you so beautifully that danger feels like imagination. If you're ready to dive into the full story, like this video and hit the bell icon to subscribe right now. Let's decode this. I tried talking to him. I told him it felt like he spent more time with my mom than with me. He laughed, made me feel silly, insecure, dramatic. "Isn't this what you wanted?" he'd say. "Me getting close to your family?" He twisted my feelings until I doubted myself. Then I tried talking to my mom. I found her in the garden and asked directly, "What's going on between you and Alex?" She avoided my eyes. Her voice was calm, almost rehearsed. "Honey, you're reading too much into it." He looks up to me. Her hand touched mine, but it felt cold. My mother, me confidant, was lying to me. Paragraph 5. My birthday was the breaking point. I turned 23, and Alex promised a special dinner. I dressed up, hopeful that maybe he'd finally show up for me again. I waited at the restaurant, watching the candle burn lower, feeling the hope fade with it. After an hour, I knew. I drove home with tears blurring the world. His car was in my parents' driveway. My heart knew the truth before my mind accepted it. I walked inside silently and saw them in the living room. Not talking, not laughing, but holding each other. His arms around her. Her eyes shining up at him with the same love he once gave me. They didn't even notice me standing there. The silence in that moment was violent. It was the sound of my world collapsing. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just turned and walked out numb. I drove to a friend's house, my mind blank, my heart shattered. The next day the messages came. "It's not what you think. We can explain. Please don't be upset." From him. From her. But how do you explain betrayal between a mother and daughter? How do you justify choosing lust over loyalty? How do you apologize for breaking two hearts at once? The days after were a blur of pain. I didn't just lose a boyfriend. I lost my mother. The grief was doubled, like mourning two deaths at the same time. Everything felt heavy. Every memory was poisoned. Every piece of advice she ever gave me suddenly felt fake. Every moment with Alex felt like a joke. I kept replaying everything, the glances, the smiles, the excuses, the secrets, realizing how deeply I ignored my own instincts. The betrayal felt like poison running through every vein, every thought. Eventually, I packed my things and moved away. I needed distance from the place where my heart broke twice. Healing wasn't easy. I had to rebuild myself slowly, painfully. I had to relearn trust, relearn boundaries, relearn what love should feel like. I learned that my worth wasn't defined by someone else's attention. It wasn't defined by a man. And it wasn't defined by the approval of a mother who didn't know how to put her daughter first. Some nights I cried. Some nights I felt strong. And some nights I felt nothing at all. But healing is messy, and I allowed myself to feel it all. Years passed. I grew stronger. I built a new life, brick by brick, with my own hands. I made new friends, found new hobbies, learned to trust again slowly, carefully. I learned to protect my peace. I learned that sometimes the family you lose is the one you needed to walk away from in order to find yourself. I heard that Alex and my mother are still together. Maybe they're happy. Maybe they're not. I don't want to know. Their choices no longer define me. Their relationship is their burden to carry, not mine. The scar remains, but it no longer hurts the way it once did. Instead, it reminds me of my strength, the strength to walk away, to rebuild, to choose myself when others didn't. That night, when they chose each other, they forced me to make the most important choice of my life. I chose myself. And that is a choice I will never regret. Thank you for listening to my 10 p.m. story. If you've ever faced betrayal, remember, you are not alone, you are not broken, and you have the strength to heal even when the people you love hurt you the most.